Hello everybody at Real Women of Philadelphia. My name is Cindy Jameson and welcome back to my kitchen. This week is round 2 entree week and I'd like to share with you a very quick yet wonderfully delicious and elegant looking entree featuring that wonderful Philadelphia cream cheese. I just love this product. I mean, something that could go from appetizers to desserts and everything in between is a dream come true. So today I'd like to show you a sole recipe, and I'll be broiling the sole but with a wonderful Philadelphia cream cheese topping. So let's get started. Living in northern Ontario, I grew up eating a lot of fish. My father was an avid fisherman, and I remember the joy that it would bring when he'd come home with a big catch. I've always been more partial to the light flavored fish such as perch or pickerel, so today I'll be using some sole. Now this is frozen sole, but I find it works just as well as any fresh fish. This recipe would also be good with a nice light tilapia if you prefer. So the first thing I want to do is take 4 ounces of Philadelphia cream cheese, and mix that together with a few tablespoons of butter. So that's 2 tablespoons of butter right there. The next thing I'd like to add is, let's do half a cup of Parmesan cheese. I'd also like to throw in 1 teaspoon of fresh thyme and half a teaspoon of dried oregano. And just to make this a bit more interesting, I'd like to add in a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic. I don't want the garlic to overpower the fish, that's why I'm using such a small amount. And what goes better with fish than lemon? I'm going to zest half of this lemon and use its juice. I used to go fishing with my dad a lot when I was still living at home. It was one of my favorite times because we'd just go out on the lake and the scenery was so beautiful and it was so peaceful. And we'd just talk about what was going on in my life and at school. I miss those times. I don't go fishing half as much as I'd like to now. So I'm also going to add the juice of my half a lemon. This will just help loosen the sauce a bit to make it more spreadable to spread on our fish. And of course we can't forget the ground pepper and a pinch of coarse sea salt. We don't want too much salt because the Parmesan is already salty. So using my whisk, I'm just going to mix this together thoroughly. And it'll make a fairly thick-like paste that we're going to spread on top of our sole fillets while we're broiling them in the oven. So here I have 6 fillets of sole, and I've put them on a lightly oiled cookie sheet. I just brushed a slight coating of olive oil on here. And since I want our Philadelphia cream cheese topping to be on the top of our fish, I'm going to broil these for maybe 3 to 4 minutes, and then I'll take them out, flip them over, top them with our wonderful cream cheese mixture, and put them back in for a few minutes. So our fish was in the oven for 3 minutes under the broiler, and I'm just going to flip the fillets over. Now if some of them break apart, that's okay. Just stick them back together for the remainder of their cooking time. Now you're going to take about a teaspoon, maybe a teaspoon and a half of the mixture, and you just want to smear it on the fish so that it covers most of it. It'll melt and just bubble and brown into the fish when we place it back under the broiler. Now some of my pieces of sole had really thin tails, so I just flipped them under the fillet for the first bake, and now they've adhered themselves to the fish. So the fillets are uniform in size. Fish is very healthy for you. They recommend that you eat it at least 3 times a week. And I'm just very happy that my children love fish also. So when I experiment or make different recipes, such as this one, I know that they'll be happy to eat it. So all my fillets have been topped with that wonderful cream cheese. Not sure if you can see that or not. So I'm going to return these under the broiler for another 4 to 5 minutes. So our fish with the topping has been under the broiler for 4 minutes. It's time to take it out. The topping has bubbled up nicely and has gotten all nice and golden brown. Since I had 12 fillets, I did the first batch, tented them with some foil while I cooked the second batch. Now I'm just going to get these on our platter. And wouldn't you know, one of the fillets broke as I was trying to remove it from the baking sheet, so I get to have a taste. That is really good. The Philadelphia cream cheese and the lemon give it a nice light tang, and you can taste all those herbs, but they don't overpower the fish. What a perfect entree to go with our baked Parmesan rice and our steamed broccoli. I hope you give this a try. Thanks again for watching. See you next time.